married to a carpenter named Joseph. He too was good and kind. He didn't turn his back on Mary when she told him she would be having God's baby. Joseph said, "Don't worry, Mary, I shall take care of you." Now Joseph also had some important news of his own. The emperor who ruled their land had ordered that every man must return to the town of his birth with his family to sign a new register. So some months later, not long before Mary's baby was to be born, it was time to travel the long and dusty road to a town called Bethlehem. Nervously, they got ready to leave. It would be a difficult journey, but Mary and Joseph knew that God would be with them every step of the way.
Had suddenly become a very busy town. Lots of other visitors had arrived there to sign the register, and soon as all the inns and guest houses were full up.
We've lost left, we've lost right. Looks like we'll be up all night, asking for a place to stay. But all they say is, go away. We're close to the brim, close to the brim. We're very, very sorry, but you can't come in. We're close to the brim, close to the brim. We're very sorry, but you can't come in. We've lost up, we've lost down, we've lost all around this town, asking for a place to stay, but all they say is, go away. We're full to the brim, full to the brim. We're very, very sorry, but you
Jesus, just as the angel had told her. She wrapped him up safely and laid him down to sleep in the manger.
She lays the baby down. She lays the baby down. And as he sleeps, Mary keeps her little one safe and sound. Her little one safe and sound. A bright and silver star, a bright and silver star, appears in the night, shining light, where mother and baby are, where mother and baby are. The angel's voice is here. The angel's voice is here. Of peace on earth and the birth of Jesus, our newborn King. Of Jesus, our newborn King.
Were tending their flocks of sheep. They were not sure what it was, but something was making them feel uneasy. So the shepherds came to the stable and approached the manger where Jesus slept. As Mary smiled kindly at them, they knelt by the baby and worshipped him, laying before him the gift of a newborn lamb. Now it wasn't just the shepherds who had spotted bright new star in the sky. For many months this star had been watched by 3 wise men who lived far away in the eastern land. The star had begun moving across the sky towards the west, and the wise men knew they must follow it where it led. They understood it was a sign from God that a new king had been born, and that they must find him and worship him.
Shepherds watching flocks of sheep, trying not to fall asleep. Suddenly they're wide awake, hearing the commercial that the angels make. Leave the sheep, go to where that star is shining. Leave the sheep, go to Bethlehem. Shepherds just know what to do, so a maze was brighter too.
Everyone said thank you to God for the beautiful gift He had given them. And with the birth of baby Jesus in that far-off land, so very long ago, that's how Christmas came to be. Many wonderful things would happen as this baby grew to be a man. But that's another story for another time. Until then, from all of us to you, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.